Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to be doing a board setup video. This is a special one because it's for a couple reasons. It's my first ever board setup complete, and also I got this one deck from my fiancée Sarah. So we've got an almost Rodney Mullen Zodiac deck because Mullen's awesome and I'm also a Leo. So very cool, very cool. It's a 8.0, so I'm going to try learning actually some basic stuff like tricks on this. Just learn how to ollie is step one. She also hooked me up with some Revive collaboration Amgrip grip tape. You'll see the cutout when I do it later. It's pretty sweet stuff. To go with that, being a Mullen board, I'm going with the Tensor Uber lights. Set of Andale AVAC 7s. And Bones 54mm his Knight Rider series. For hardware, I'm not sure what he usually uses, but I just went with the Indy, the combi bolts. I like them because you can use whatever Torx or Phillips on them. So that's what I'll be setting up. Okay, step one, put on the grip tape. I already tore the plastic a little while ago playing around with it on the carpet because I just couldn't wait. So it makes that step a little easier. Take the almost sticker and set that aside. The Resin 7 board, so I'm actually interested in seeing how this holds up compared to other boards, and it's really light, so this should be awesome. So step one, peel off your grip tape. Oh, I just tore the Amgrip part logo. Uh-oh. This is the setup stuff that you don't always see, I guess. You're going to have to do some repair work on that part logo. For now, I'm going to pull it out. With part of the graphic. I'll have to play with that a little bit later on. So we'll punch out the remaining little pieces of the logo. I'm going to take the almost sticker that came with the board and I'm going to put it underneath so that it comes through red. The lining up is always the fun part because you got to get it just right. The sticker is just big enough to cover the logo. Now make sure we got the front to the front and the back to the back, which follows. So yeah, almost logo under the Amgrip part. Now the moment of truth. Let's see if I can do this without getting bubbles. One tip I got from some friends was to use an old wheel to flatten this out, so I'm just going to do that, run it over, get all the bubbles out, flatten it out, flip it around. You can actually hear the bubbles popping out of it as you're doing this. Check that in the sunlight. Looks like the whole bubbles are gone, except that one. There we go. Now, speaking of Amgrip, Doug Desautel's rules, I learned something from watching his setup videos, and that is to use a file for this part to take the edges on the grip. So, I'm going to try that, see how it turns out. Never done it before. Okay, and using a good old X-Acto knife. Try not to cut myself too badly. One cut, first try. Just gonna go over the edges again with a little bit of a flatten. Got it all nice and even. And there's grip tape. I'm going to do a little bit of repair work on this and get back to the rest of the video. Okay, next step is the stickers. I managed to get a little bit of surgery going on here, got the cutouts done. I'm sure there's a way to do that properly, but I just kind of tore it off and didn't think. So yeah, I'm thinking if you would peel the tape off of there and unstick it, you'd be okay. But anyway, next step is the stickers. Do those first before I put on all the hardware and everything, just to get it out of the way. I'm going to go with the decomposed skate sticker. It says freestyle is dead on it with the zombies coming out of the ground. Figure that's kind of appropriate for a Mullen deck, and that's the website where we got the deck from. You know, a lot of guys will just slap their stickers on willy-nilly, and however they go on there, they go on there. I'm a little fussier with mine. I like them in certain locations, working with the graphic, and I like to get all the bubbles out of them. So forgive me if this takes a few extra seconds. Revive collab with Amgrip, their sticker. I'm going to go with it right on the tail. Borders Anonymous is where I bought all the other components besides the board and the grip tape. Go on this side. And there's one in the bones box, so I'm going to open that up. Cutting myself or breaking any of the wheel. This little black and white bones sticker. And there should be an indie sticker. And with the indies, hadn't really pre-thought where I was going to put this one. Okay, finally decided on a spot for the indie sticker. I'm just going to put it right there. So that's the board stickered up. And next step is going to be mounting the trucks. Okay, next step is setting up the trucks. So I have a longer piece of hardware here that I'm going to use for this, just to make it a little easier to grab and push through. Shove them through from the bottom to mark your holes. Okay, then hardware. Okay, next step is wheels and bearings. Start off with the Andales and my Night Riders. And I do bearings a little differently than I've seen most guys do. I actually take them and set them in and press them in by hand. A lot of guys will put them on the truck and press them onto the truck. And I find that puts pressure on the inside bearing race, and that can be bad. So I just take my tool, pressure on the outside of the bearing race, and seat it in all the way around. And I know some people are probably going to say, hey, that's different from what I've seen. Well, yes, it is different. If I had an actual bearing press for this, it would be better, but this should work just fine. You just have to make sure that the tool is pressing on the outside race, and you change your angle a little bit to make sure that it's pushing from the outside for each one. Alright, that's wheels and bearings. And for setting up your wheels, you need to get them so that they're tight enough that they're not wiggling around, but not so tight that they're not spinning. Okay, for some reason my camera stopped filming, so we're going to continue from where we were at before, just getting the wheels on the trucks. Oop. And super butterfingers today. Crazy. And there it is, my first ever complete board setup. Big thanks to Sarah for the board and the grip tape. Orders Anonymous for all the components and for always being there for me when I need some help. And now we're going to go out and skate it. Jeff's on his way. I'm going to need to tighten up the trucks a little bit so we don't get wheel bite too bad. So yeah, see you out there. Have a nice board.